Hey Libra, it's Ia Patsy, and I am doing your love bite for the time period between mid-June to mid-July 2018. So I already did the prayers and I already cut the cards. We'll be working this cycle with the significator cards I'm going to use for you come from the Goddess and Siren and the Gods and Titans decks, and those are by Stacy DeMarco and Jimmy Manton. Okay, so we're going to start off with those, and I also got some cards from the Romance Angel Oracle deck, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so. All right, so the first card that came, the first energy that we're working with for you this month is a cot. A cot talks about dedication. So there's something that you're dedicated to this month, huh, Libra? Something that you have been putting a lot of effort into, a faith that you've been following, or a prescribed something to society that's acceptable to society and you are dedicated to it, or it could be something that's not acceptable to society that you're dedicated to. But in a relationship, this could just be that you're devoted to your partner. And the card that came up for you, the other energy was Exchel, Ixchel, and that talks about release. So dedication and release. Maybe you're determined to release someone or something from your life. Maybe an addiction, codependency. So there may be a codependent relationship that you are determined to release yourself from. All right, let's take a look at a cot first and see what his story is. A cot. Interesting, they got the two faces on either side. So that's balanced, like you, right? But there's also three faces. So is it a third party situation? That's taking a little far, right? Okay, let's leave that alone. A cot. All right. It's time to complete a current project and dedicate yourself to your next venture. It is safe to commit. The ancient Mayans were a tattooed people. Not just a decorative art to them, tattoos displayed clan identity and were seen as rites of passage and a direct injection of divine power. Mayans believed that when someone tattooed a god or his symbol upon his or her skin, some of the energy and power of that god remained with that person always. Since tattooing held such significance and the accuracy in the description mattered so much, the tribe revered the tattooist. The god Akat governed the art of tattooing and ruled the practitioner's hands. Akat himself is covered in the ink of the gods. Witnesses the contracts you sign with yourself. Okay, Akat himself covered in the ink of the gods witnesses the contracts you sign with yourself. Okay. Just like when people decide to be tattooed as a statement to the world about who they are, you make these statements to yourself all the time in other ways. Know that symbols and words of promise have power, and that Akat is a protector of these. When a card comes into your reading, it may be a sign that it is time to dedicate yourself to a new project or path, or consider completing a rite of passage. Where you need the strength or courage to stick to what you have promised, a card is there to assist you. Keeping your word, especially to yourself, is important when this card is present. So, keeping your promises to yourself, in other words, being true to yourself, okay? Some people have a habit of starting things and never completing them. If this becomes a repeating pattern in your life, it can be a real issue. Perhaps you have a hard time saying no to friends, or you say yes but then don't follow through. Maybe you have a hard time finishing assignments after they've begun. Or maybe you do not want to fully commit to any one thing or person, even a particular sports team or interest. Perhaps you're afraid it will limit your options. It can be helpful to call upon a card to help you stay on the path that you have chosen. So if you need help in staying in a relationship that you've committed yourself to, and it's not just because of this particular party that you're dealing with, but maybe that's just an issue that you have, that you start something, that you get involved in a relationship, and then you realize that maybe you're not really interested, or this isn't a good fit, and it happens repeatedly. You know, you've been divorced 3 times. Maybe the problem isn't your spouse. Maybe the problem is with you. And it could just be that you have bad judgment, or that you're not trusting your intuition, or you are making these choices based on the wrong idea of what marriage means or what a commitment means. Okay? I'm not talking about people who have relationships that break up and they're not married. But, you know, when you go to being married and you continuously marry and divorce, well, maybe you need to think about what marriage and what divorce is meaning to you. What is marriage to you? Elizabeth Taylor was married many times, like 9, I think. And she said that that was because she was raised to believe that the only way that you could be having sex and, you know, not be sinning is by being married. And she said if she had known what she knew now, she would have never gotten married all of those times. So sometimes the way we are raised has an impact on us, even when we're an adult or we are grown. We think that we don't feel, you know, that those things haven't impacted us, but they have. All right, so again, this is talking about looking at the things that you have promised to yourself and the things that you have promised to others, and seeing what you are doing to reinforce that. Okay, and maybe it's time for you to make a change and do something else. All right. Now the second card here, Michelle, is release. So could be saying it's time for you to make a change, right? To release yourself from this obligation, from this commitment. IXCHEL, Excel. All right, let's see what she's talking about. It's time to release an old belief or a bad habit. Imbalances of all kinds will fall away. Your pain will soon ease. Excel, the jaguar goddess of the ancient Mayan culture, was the goddess of midwifery, fertility, earth rain, and the sacred sweat bath. Widely honored, her cult extended at one time as far as the islands off the coast of the Yucatan Peninsula. Her myth once focused on the practice of sweat baths. the place where the elderly went to relieve their age and pain, and Mayan mothers went before and after birth to ease the delivery. Birth, rain, pain, and sweat baths, all indications of a release of some sort. And this grandmother goddess gives wise guidance in this process. She also holds the water jar of the calendar, so it's like Aquarius energy. When she, or like a healing energy, right? Like the star card. When she empties it, it symbolizes the flood of rains to renew the earth at the end of the year. Could also be Sagittarius. She was invoked prior, during, and after birth to ensure a fruitful and safe labor. So many drawings and stories of her exist on the archaeological records. Call upon the releasing powers of Exhale when you are ready to let something go. Whether you want to rid yourself of excess weight, of a bad habit, a disease, or old patterns, Exhale is a powerful discharging force. Allow her to help you let go of whatever no longer serves you, so that you don't hold grudges or resentments. These things are negative and heavy. Grudges and resentments are negative and heavy, and you don't need to carry that with you. The Mayan society was certainly a harsh one of blood and sacrifice, and it's commonly known now that slaves for human offerings were also an important part of her dominion. Of course, human sacrifice is not practiced or sanctioned in modern society, and now there are other ways to set your negative energies free. Think carefully about what you wish to unburden and release. As the old saying goes, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, meaning don't throw out the good with the bath. So, dedication and release. So, Akat is a Mayan energy, and so is Exhale, right? So, that's just an interesting, a god and a goddess from those two, that same culture came out in your reading. So that's interesting. Well, that's balance. That's Libra, right? All right. So release, dedication. So maybe there's a relationship, a marriage, something that you need to release yourself from. Okay? There's maybe a path that you're on that you may need to rethink and change. It could be that I was getting a message here when I was reading. Maybe someone has an older relative, like a mother or somebody, a grandmother, somebody that they have been taking care of. And maybe this is letting you know that this is the time, the cycle is continuing, and it may be time for you to prepare yourself for that next stage for her, that transition for her. So that could be it. Maybe you have a mother, a grandmother who is at that age, at that stage. All right. So it's not a bad thing, because it's a natural cycle of life. If they're an elderly person, and of course you're still going to cry, you're still going to be upset, you're still going to be hurt, but it's not like you're breaking up a marriage or a relationship. All right. So what I'm saying is that it's not that type of energy, but somebody may be dealing with that, and that came across just now, that it could be preparing you for that kind of a change, because that will affect you, of course. You know, especially if you've been a person that was dedicated to their parent, their mother, their grandmother. All right. I saw last week, it was before Father's Day. I guess it was posted around Mother's Day. And this guy, I think his name is Jason, and he had posted a video of him and his mother. And I guess right before she passed away, they made a video together, and he had also pieced little vignettes of activities that they had done over the years, pictures of the two of them. She was a single mother all her life, and he was her only child. And she was, I guess she was in her late 80s or early 90s, and she was telling him what a good son he had been. And he was like, "Oh, Ma, I was bad as a teenager." She says, "No, no, no, you were just doing what you were supposed to do. You were just trying to be young. You weren't a bad boy. You weren't a bad son." And oh my goodness, it touched me so. And I think it's got millions of views by now. But it just was so wonderful that she was thanking God. She was actually praying with him in her hospital bed and thanking God for him because he was a good son, and that she was so honored to have been his mother, and that it was just so beautiful. And she was thanking God, and she was saying that I couldn't have asked for a better child. Wow. Wow. That's amazing. We would all want our mothers to think like that about us, wouldn't we? And you know what? For the most part, I'm sure that they do. They may not tell us, but I think that most of our mothers, you know, our age, my age bracket, and you know, above and a little below, whatever. I think that if our mothers didn't like us or had issues with us, they'd let us know. They let us know. But I think that, especially for mothers of that age that now are mothers, of sons especially, it's something. I remember my mother cried when my brother was born because she was worried that he would get drafted. They had a draft back then, you know. And mothers and sons have a special relationship. So do mothers and daughters. The saying is a son is your son till he takes a wife, and your daughter is your daughter for all of your life. Think about that. You know, but anyway, I digress. Let's go with your reading. But somebody out there may be dealing with that, and my condolences and my prayers are for you. But this may be the way of letting you get prepared for that. Even though I'm sure that if you've been dedicated to your mom, and you know, and you've been watching, you know that the time is coming close, right? So the first card that came up for you here in the Romance Angel Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue was Healing Family Issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Okay, so maybe it does have to do with a parent or an issue that you may have with a parent. So maybe this is about a family issue that you need to address and release, okay? The next card here, True Love. This is the romance of a lifetime. That also could be you and your mom. Just saying. Just saying. But there may be some family issues, but they're saying that this is a true love. So you may be ready to release yourself from the relationship, maybe what you need to release or whatever these issues are, because this is a true love and you have a commitment here, okay? All right. The next card, trust. Situation is calling for you to have faith. So trust in this relationship is what they're saying. Have faith. All right? If you talk about these things, get some professional help, get some spiritual help. Talk about these things calmly. It'll be fine. Trust. And the next card here is wedding. This situation involves a marriage. Okay. So this is about a situation that involves a marriage, and it's saying that there's some issues that have to do with the family, maybe your family of origin, meaning, your siblings and your parents. It could be that, or it could be a issue within the family right now, but the way the card reads is about forgiving your parents. So maybe there are some things that happened as you were growing up that have affected the way that you interact with your partner and with your current family. It's telling you that this is a true love that you have, and you need to release those hurts. And you should dedicate yourself to getting the help that is needed, professional help that is needed, spiritual help that is needed, in order to release this pain so that you can retain your marriage. Okay? Have faith. All right? Have faith. All right, let's see if we can get some information about this situation for you from the Rider-Waite deck. Regular tarot. Let's see if we can get some clarity on this. Okay, so there are choices. 7 of Cups. Options. All right, so one of the options is to walk away, and one of the options would be to heal. All right, or to work on it. Okay, you could ignore it. You can talk to your spirit guides, or you can talk to a professional about this. So there's several different options. I think I gave you 5 or 6. Okay, or you can remain stagnant. Okay, so King of Wands. So this is passion. Someone, and this fell on top of true love. So this is someone who you are passionate about, or you are passionate about them. It could be saying that whoever this person is has a lot of choices, and maybe that's the issue. They have exercised their options, maybe passionately, aside from this relationship. Hey, there's a little salamander or something down there in the corner. So maybe they've changed, or yeah, maybe they've changed. Or maybe they're saying that they're going to change. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're passionate about changing. All right? They're passionate about changing. Okay. Or maybe it's you that's passionate about changing. This is some fire sign in your life, so it could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. What we got here? Okay. 6 of Coins. So this talks about fairness. All right. Balance. Charity. And charity is love. It is 6. 6 talks about love, right? So, greatest of these, faith, hope, and charity. Greatest of these is charity. Sometimes they change the word charity to love. So, maybe this is a desire for equality and balance in this relationship, that you or your partner are trying to attain that. And there's a choice that's being mulled over. All right, you're trying to make a choice. There's still maybe things that you aren't aware of. There may be secrets that you don't know. You may not be looking at this situation realistically, or at least you don't have all the information that is needed. Okay, so you could be dealing, well, this is Libra, a air sign, right? So this may be you. Can't make up your mind. But maybe the reason you can't make up your mind is because you don't have all of the information. And you may not even know that you don't have all of the information. But you want things to be fair. You want things to work out fairly. You know that you have options and that they have options, but you want to make a fair decision, which you can only make if you have all of the information. And the last card that came here was the 9 of Cups. So this is happy. This is you getting your wish. And this fell. No, this was an extra card, because this would have fallen on top of wedding. All right, so you're trying to make a decision about this marriage. You can't make up your mind. They're telling you to have trust, all right, and things are going to be fair. It's going to work out fairly. This King of Wands is your true love, all right, so hopefully this is the person you're married to, but if not, if there's a fire sign and you're not married to the fire sign, I would say that they're trying to tell you that the fire sign is your true love. And healing family issues, again, options, all right, choices. You could choose to heal or not. But at the end of the day, you're going to get your wish. So it depends on what you're wishing for. But this is the wish card upright. So there's something that you are wishing for. There's some outcome that you are seeking. It may have love. It may have to do with love. All right. And this bottom of the deck is a 3 of coins. So this is about working together, making plans to build. All right. 4 of Swords, contemplation. Taking the time to step back and figure out what it is that you really, really want to do. That you really want to do. Next card is the Queen of Swords. So this is demanding the truth. Someone wants the truth. Okay, that fell on top of the 2 of Swords. So the Queen of Swords and the 2 of Swords, yeah, can't make a decision until you know all the facts. So someone in this marriage may not be telling the entire truth about a third-party situation. I said that before about that Akkad, right? Third-party situation, and someone is trying to sneak away, maybe. And that fell under the 3 of coins, which I said somebody's making plans. So someone may be making plans to walk away from this situation or to sneak away from this relationship. Next was the Moon card. Again, talks about secrets. Could be a water sign. I know they always say Cancer with this, which I don't understand why, because that thing that's coming out of the water looks more like a scorpion than a Cancer to me, than a crab. A crab is a rounder. I don't know. But, yeah, it looks to me like there's secrets. There's secrets that someone is thinking over this situation. Page of Wands could be a fire sign. Maybe the fire sign is looking for something new, looking for a new beginning, looking for a passionate new beginning with someone. But at the end, at the bottom of the deck is the 10 of Cups. So, ends up being a happy ending. 2 of Wands. Someone is making a choice. They want to know what their options are and what is out there for them. All right, we're going to have to stop this. I'll be here all night with these tarot cards with this one. So, there are options. And the options are going to end up being happiness for you all anyway, because you had the 10 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. So that's progress. All right. So if you're happy now, you're going to be even happier. Right? Your wish is going to come true, and happily ever after. Even though there may be some heartache involved, could be a third-party situation, but at the end of the day, it's going to work out happiness is going to be present, and someone is going to make a choice about which direction that they're going to go, instead of being sneaky or lying and making plans for passionate rendezvous somewhere else. Let me stop before I get in trouble. Alrighty, so let's see what messages we can get from. Let's do this. Let's do the Conscious Spirit Oracle, and that's by Kim Dwyer. Excuse me. 7, sacred space. Find peace, serenity, and contentment when surrounded by nature's beauty. So maybe you need to get out in the world. Maybe you need to find yourself a sacred space that you can go to and do some thinking and some praying. Okay. Maybe you just need to get out more. Go to a lake or a river. Go camping. All right. 7 is a divine number, of course. Creations. So create a sacred space for yourself, outside or inside. Number 17, heart chakra. I love myself and others unconditionally and nurture loving relationships. Okay, so 1 and 7 is 8, so this again is a divine message. So you want balance. You want a nurturing, honest, loving relationship that's going to last forever. All right? That's what you want. That's what you're looking for. That's what you're seeking, and those were your intentions. So Your intention was to be dedicated to this relationship. And I'm getting that number 5 again. 5 is root chakra. This is about change. This is about creativity. And this is a 5, so this is about love. In the Orisha tradition, or Oshun's number is 5. So I have everything I need to survive and grow on the physical plane. So you are dedicated to this relationship no matter what's going on. This is something that you feel deeply. This relationship gives you everything that you need, and you don't want to let it go. I think it's saying that you want to release the feelings that you have that tell you that you want to let go, that you don't want this because you're dedicated. Maybe this is a religious thing for you, or based on your upbringing, your family issues, maybe. Okay, so the reason that you may be holding on to a relationship that you maybe shouldn't is because this is your family religion. This is your family's way. This is the way you were raised. This is your family culture or your culture. Last 2 cards came here were number 15, find your bliss, and that is a 1 and a 5 is a 6. So you are happy when you are in love. This relationship makes you happy, or made you happy, and this is where you feel your happiness lies. The next card came for you was number 21, find your own path. I follow my own unique path with courage and strength. So don't let a tradition and custom stop you from finding your happiness. All right? You need to find your bliss. And you may think that it's here, but it might not be. It might not be. And if you're holding on to this relationship just out of habit or out of dedication or out of custom, or, because you feel like you don't want to be subjected to the scrutiny of your family members, yeah. Release that. Find your own bliss. Live your life, okay? Do what makes you happy, whether it's to stay or go. You don't have to listen to anybody else. Listen to your heart. What your gut tells you, that's what you follow. Not what your sisters or brothers or mother or father or anybody else, your cousin, whoever. Go with what you know. Go with what you feel. Okay. Let's see if we can get some additional energies from the Mermaids and Dolphins, and that's also by Doreen Virtue. All right. Ooh. All right. The card that flew out was Make a Wish. This is a magical moment. Make a wish and enjoy its manifestation. So I think this is saying that you can have a way you want it. It's up to you. Make a wish and you will get what it is. It's your Libra. Libra, the Midas touch. Right? Friendship. Make a date for a play day with one or more of your friends. Okay, so maybe you need to get out too. Get outside, go out to lunch, go out to dinner, hang out with some friends. Or maybe you need to make a play date with your mate. Maybe friendship. Maybe you all have lost the friendship. Ooh. Father healing. Okay, so this is the culprit. This is the family issue. It's about your father. Your personal power increases as you give any father-related issues to heaven. So this could be the family issue that you need to release, Libra. It's something that you need to look at about your relationship with your father. Maybe the way he treated you or mistreated you, or maybe your father wasn't around. So you may have abandonment issues. You may have had a father who was violent, and maybe you're afraid of intimacy, or you're afraid to open yourself up because you don't want to be vulnerable. This could also be talking about you as a father in a relationship, or your spouse. If you're female and you have a husband, this could be talking about him. And releasing those issues to heaven is about praying about it, asking God, asking your spirit guides to help you work this out. Or asking to be released from it. Could be it. Asking to be released from these family issues, this father issue, so that maybe you'll be able to bring your relationship back into order. Okay. That's for some people, not everybody. These are general readings, folks, so take what resonates and let the rest go. If it doesn't resonate with you at all, then thank you very much for watching. There's no need to leave funky, nasty messages. Just stop. It's so discouraging. Not discouraging. It's not discouraging. But when you're empathic and you read those things, you could get, and again, that's something about me, maybe, or other people that I've heard say the same thing. That negative thing that's nasty, because there's some negative things that just, oh, it doesn't resonate with me, or that's not my situation, or whatever. But then there's people who like come up with nasty stuff. You're like, really? If you really didn't like that, then just like go ahead, move on. Who's keeping you hostage? Like, what? Why is that necessary? And that's not good for the other people who did get positive messages. We don't need to bring that kind of vibration into the readings. If you read something, if you hear a message that you don't like or disagree with, you can disagree, do it in a respectful manner. There's no need to cuss me out. Oh, my goodness. But why? Why? Crazy. Well, that's just my opinion. Okay. Sweat Lodge. Uh-oh. Here's the yawning. Sweat Lodge. Didn't we talk about sweat lodges earlier with our shell? Okay, so this is the Native Spirit Oracle by Denise Lynn. Okay, maybe somebody's giving birth. Maybe that's the release and the dedication. Maybe somebody's having a baby. I'm just going to look at that again. Yeah, childbirth. So, sweat lodges were associated with childbirth. And, after you have a baby, it ain't just that. There's some things that you have to do to clean out your body that they don't tell you. They were talking about it on The View the other day, and I was so surprised to hear it. But I don't know what day it was, because I don't watch The View on a regular. But I came across a video of it, and they were talking about the ritual of afterbirth that a lot of people don't talk about, and it's not just get the baby at the hospital and take home this nice little pink or blue bundle. for your physical body as a woman, there are things that you need to do. And some of those things are actually sitting over a bucket of water, hot water when you get home, so that you can let some of these things flow out of your body. Honesty. When my mother had me do that, I thought she was mad. Like, what is this, crazy voodoo that you are trying to get me to do? But I actually finally heard them talking about it on The View. Joy Reid spoke about it, and I think the girl that's the attorney, I don't watch it enough, so I don't know her name. And Whoopi, it was saying that, yeah, there's other things that you got to do once the baby is born, because you have to, the placenta is going to pass, of course, when you have the baby, hopefully. But still, there are things that need to come out. So they've been doing that a long time. That's why they were talking about it with this Mayan culture after birth, sweat lodging. So it's real. It's real. Not going out of the house for at least 9 days after the baby was born. Yeah, unless you were taking the baby to the well baby clinic. But most of the time, that was all you did. Take the baby for their first checkup at the well baby clinic and bring your behind back home and stay in the house, and do not go out of the house, and don't have too many people come to see the baby before it was 9 days old. Okay. Maybe that's old wives' tale, whatever, but that's what it was. And most of the women that I knew did it just that way. All right, Sweat Lodge. This card talks about cleaning yourself, your body, your mind, and your soul. Purify. Clear clutter. Let go of objects and relationships that no longer serve you. Purify your body. Go within, meditate, talk to the Creator, and give thanks. Ashe. Sweat lodges were small dome structures covered with skins, blankets, or mud, in which very hot stones were placed in the center. Water is poured over the stones so that hot steam arises from the rocks. Thus, the steam lodge with its hot steam is used for purification ceremonies, as well as a place to commune with the divine. This card shows you to tell you that it's time to clear out the clutter in your life. Sometimes clutter can be things in your closet that you don't love or use. But sometimes clutter can be outmoded relationships or habits that no longer serve you. The clearer your inner and outer space becomes, the easier it will be to hear the sweet messages from your soul. Sometimes this card chooses you when it's time to do some physical detoxification. So fast for a day. Drink green juices. Clear out some clutter. Love it, use it, or get rid of it. That's the mantra for going through your closet and see whether or not you need to throw things out. Even one small item can make a difference. That's true. So clear the clutter. I'm sure that at this time, if you have, it used to be you would know where to send things, but I'm sure these children who are being held hostage because of their parents' immigration requests and statuses need changes of clothes. Maybe if somebody knows a charity, and please share it with us if you do, that can get clothes and stuff to these children. They said tonight that there was a baby that was 8 months old that was taken away. Why? Anyway, let's see what we can get for you from the Sacred Rebels deck, and that's by Alana Fairchild. Sacred Rebels. And let's see if there are any further messages. Okay, for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is their love bite for the time period between now and mid-July 2018. Okay. All right, so you got 3 cards. I'm not reading all 3 of them, but I'm going to let you know what it is. Number 13, Power of Attraction. 1 and 3 is 4, so this is the foundation. So this could be talking about you knowing how to attract positivity, or maybe this is talking about how your relationship started. Very strong attraction. And you knowing how to manifest something, to bring something to you. Maybe you worked hard at manifesting this relationship in the first place. Maybe that's what that's saying. And number 5, again, 5 is love, 5 is Oshun, 5 is change. Follow your own rhythm. And you got a card here before that said to follow your own path. So maybe you are, maybe being in this relationship was you walking to the beat of a different drum, okay? Or maybe you releasing yourself from the relationship will be following your own path. Maybe that will be walking to the beat of a different drum. But this is about change also. So maybe you're ready for a change. Okay, and then one more card came for you. Number 39. Free from judgment and free to love. That's kind of beautiful. I think we should read that one. Free from judgment and free to love. Nice. Let's see which that's talking about. Number 39. So 9 and 3 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 3 is divine. A divine message. Free to love. 39. Thank you all for being so patient with me. I know these are late, but it's good that I took that break. I needed to do that. And I'm glad that Spirit made me do that. I say, faithful. Ego. Free from judgment, free to love. Imagine a world so infused with bliss, love, and wonder that you naturally and always feel as safe as a nourished, cherished baby in the arms of the universal mother. So again, we're talking about birth and childbirth and mothering. Life mothers us with kindness, and sometimes when we need it to grow, through challenge as well. Accept this mothering in its gentle and fierce faces. Can be difficult at times. Mothering can be difficult at times. Yet there are those brave enough in spirit to go forth onto their life path with absolute trust in the universal mother. Some are even part of her plan to help mother others so that they too can surrender fear and live more freely. This oracle comes with a message for you. You are learning about mothering and being mothered. You might not do this in a typical way. It may be through bearing children, but it can also be through adopting children, raising children, or otherwise taking care of children and loving them as if they were your own. You might also be learning how to mother on a different scale, working with groups and community causes or purposes that need your devotion, your energy, your belief in their value, and your willingness to be a wild tigress or a supportive shoulder to lean upon in order to bring those worthwhile groups to light. And I think they said that a shell had tiger ears. Yeah, that's interesting. You may also be an aspect of the universal mother on a spiritual level. Some people that do this are male, some are female. Some have children and some do not. Some are healers and some work in seemingly more ordinary professions. They have a mothering aspect in common, and they love and respect life. They believe in life and are moved by compassion and are genuinely encouraging and respectful of people, rather than taking perverse delight when someone stumbles. They want to help. They are ordinary people with an extraordinary natural tendency to nurture life around them. This oracle brings you confirmation that you are amongst the Universal Mother's special clan of nurturing spirits that help to honor life on this planet. You are also being asked to open up to receive more nurturing. You can do this for yourself. You can also choose to open up and allow others to nurture you. It might make you feel a little vulnerable at first, especially if you are not used to doing this. But you don't have to worry. You will get used to valuing yourself enough to know that needing love and affection from another is an opportunity, not only for you to receive, but for someone else to give, which involves them in receiving too, which involves them being received also. Okay. You will get used to valuing yourself enough to know that needing love and affection from another is an opportunity, not only for you to receive, but for someone else to give, which involves them being received too. If you are tired and have been taking care of someone else, then take some time to shift the pattern and allow life to support you too. The Universal Mother helps the helpers so as they can keep helping. The Universal Mother helps the helpers so they can keep helping. It works rather well, you see, for those that give so much, or It works rather well, you see, for those that give so much also receive abundantly. I'm thinking there are two typos, I think, in this sentence, but I ain't got time right now. If you have been asking life for a solution to a specific difficulty you have been having, this oracle comes with the message that a solution is in gestation right now. The situation is already being sorted out, and the resolution will come to fruition very soon. Hold tight and wait for the imminent birth of that resolution. This is also confirmation if you're interested in working with children, the inner child, with art therapy for emotional healing, or any sort of uninhibited creative expression that helps dislodge social conditioning and open one up to more spontaneous, feeling-based existence, then yes, go ahead and do it. Universal Mother is supporting you, and you could not get a more powerful ally. This oracle also brings you a message about love. You may find that you are loving or soon will love in a different way. You may worry about this love, given that it defies what you have known or been taught about love. Perhaps you are becoming able to love another tremendously, even though you don't have much of a personal relationship with them. You might question if this love is real. It is real. It's just happening at a different level to the love and attachment you experience when you are involved in a personal relationship with someone. It's not more or less, it's just a different facet of love. It may be that you are opening up to love the planet and her creatures, including the animals, the ocean-dwelling life, your own body, the trees, and so on, more than before. You may feel passionately purposeful about giving your time and energy to causes that protect and nurture the earth and her creatures. You are affirmed in this love too. The Universal Mother is operating through you to nurture life. She will support you in your work so that you can continue to come from love and not become drained, depleted, or lost in despair or fear of futility. Instead, you'll be energized and expanded by your dedicated service to life. Finally, this oracle has a message for those who may be feeling alone or lonely, in need of greater nurturing from others. You are asked to stop, relax, center, and settle into your body to feel your connection with life itself. The air in your lungs is the same air that moves the trees. The water in your blood is the same water that fills the ocean and is moved by the phases of the moon. The flesh of your body is the same substance as the body of the earth itself. The heat in your digestive system is the same fire and heat as that from the sun. Feel this connection, then do something nice for another person without an agenda. Make a donation, if even just a smile. Say a prayer. Send out a good thought or make a wish for another. That's it. You have connected to life again, and in doing so, life can connect with you, and it shall. Place your hand over your lower body and say the following. I now release my body, heart, and mind. I now release from my body, my mind, and heart any negative mothering experiences that would prevent me from receiving the healing grace, love, and support of the Universal Mother through the natural flow of life. May I be blessed and held in her loving embrace so that I may grow into all that I am. So be it. Breathe in and out, and as you breathe in, imagine you are drawing in the healing love of the Universal Mother. As you breathe out, let your body release negative energy. You don't need to be conscious of exactly what is being released. You might sense the release as emotion or as a sludge leaving the body, and then you might not sense anything at all. Whatever happens is your own process and is just right for you. Remember, if you cannot sense it consciously, something is happening at a level below conscious awareness. You can still have confidence that the process is working for you in the best way. Relax when you feel ready. Simply place your hands on your heart and send love for a moment. Then return to your day or your evening. Send love. Well, Libra, that was your love bite from the time period between now and July 2018. So there's some parental issues that you need to release, and I'm sure you probably could insert father into that healing prayer. Work on that, okay? Work on that release and your dedication to your children, to your mother, to your spiritual journey, to your relationship. So I hope that this reading helps in some way. I hope it resonated with you. And I will be talking to you all very soon, okay? Have a good night. And I'll see you all in July for your August general reading and in mid-July for your love bite from July to August. Okay, so I'll be talking to you all soon. Good night. Bye.